Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Wang Qian is my Chinese official name, but normally English people always feel struggling to pronounce my Chinese name. So I give myself very simple English name as Iffy. So maybe it's easier for you to call me. And I'm a PhD student of Archaeology Department of York University currently. So today I will give a talk about from China to UK creative encounters. So before we start, I want to ask you a question about what's a culture shock for you in the UK and China? I discussed this with many Chinese students in the UK, and the first thing come to their mind is about tap water. Because for Chinese students who came from mainland of China, normally we only drink boiled water. So the first time when we met some local people drink tap water, we're completely shocked by this. And another culture shock is about pub quiz for me. Sometimes I follow some local friends came to the local pub and they had like pub quiz night. And I always feel confused about for the single word of a sentence, I can understand what the meaning of. But when it comes to the sentence, it didn't make any sense for me. Also, some of my local friends in here, they always curious about why I always have sleeper at my room. For me, it's just very normal situation in the daily life in China. But in here, people maybe have many questions about people from diverse cultural background. So such as there are always some stereotypes of Chinese students in the UK or stereotypes for the international students think about the home student here, such as some people maybe feel Chinese students all always very hardworking for the academic works and prefer hang out with only with Chinese speaking group and prefer the Chinese food more than local friend in here. And when people think about the home student in here, they may feel, oh, they always have more confident and they're good at speaking, but bad at listening. So, is that true? So also, how does people, general people, think about the museum? For the people who less engaged with the museum, they probably, when they heard the word museum, they feel some anxious. They feel, oh, it's not my type. When I come to a museum, I always need to be quiet and to be serious at all the time. Or some people feel, oh, it's just about ancient ruins and old subject or objects relevant to the past lives, and it doesn't make any strong link with my current life. But if I show you some interactive experience or the product from the museum, do you still feel some less link with your life? So can I ask you a second question? Have you ever tried a weeknight date at a museum? What that looks like? Let me show you 3 short videos to help you feel the atmosphere about spend weekend night at the museum. So, after watching these 3 videos, do you get some different sense about interactive experiences on the weekend at the museums. Have you surprised how many people came to this event? Have you seen the audience with different age group engage with different type of music event at 3 different museum venues? So I asked some audience who engaged with these 3 events what they are feeling about. What's the motivation for them to engage this event? Some people, they are international audience. They just curious about the local culture in here, so they came to the event. And they didn't know such event before. They just came to the museum and found the event. And some people, they are local residents at the city. They just feel excited came to such event. They said they can feel some connection with this event with their life, and they are happy to make new friends from such event. And some people mentioned they feel very relaxed, came to engage with this event. And if they only came to pub, they probably feel a bit bored. But if they came to this event, they can find a different type of event. Also, they can meet people from diverse cultural background. So it's a good communication area for them. Also, so when discuss the sense of this event, and people always mention a word is about museums well-being. So how this word come to the museum engagement? During the COVID-19 pandemic, museums really started to think more about how they could help people feel better and stay well. And a lot of things would allow online, which made it feel safer for visitors while still staying connected to culture. And looking after mental health became a big part of what museums were trying to do at the time. Now, even after the pandemic, mental health is still right at the center of what museums offer, both in person and online. Museums are now using things like cultural interactive experiences to make strong connection with people, help them feel good, and be part of the community. And I did interviews in this March with the British Museum staff. And from talking to the staff, it's clear about they have strong confidence about they did lots of visit research of English-speaking audience. And they feel they fully understand the motivation and the behavior of English-speaking audience. But when it comes to Chinese-speaking audience, they sense it's about, oh, the Chinese audience always come with a Chinese language tools because they always have language barriers to communicate in English, even read the text in English. But they like spend more time in the China gallery or spend lots of money at the souvenir shop. But is that true? Is that the motivation why Chinese speaking audience came to the museum? Then we came back to the question, how long has it been since you last went to a museum? How do you feel about cultural venues, such as museums now? So after our short talk, we can get some sense about translation isn't enough. Audience needed culturally meaningful experience. Cultural storytelling builds authentic connections. Authority matters, but approachability earns trust. People connect more deeply when they help shape the experience, not just observe it. And that's all about my talk. Thank you for listening.